Hi everyone, happy Monday. So excited to start a new week with you guys. This is Katt, talent manager from Arcos Management. So excited to always be here with you guys. So we're just gonna wait for more people to join. Let's see. Hi Rachel, hi Karen, Charlie. Hi, Anya. Hi guys, happy Monday. Our guest is already here, amazing. Let's just wait for a few more people to join before I introduce her. I'm so excited. All right, let's see. How's everyone doing? I love it. David! Awesome. Hi, everyone. So as you guys already know, we've been doing this live. Literally, we're going to make a year that we've been doing this IG series. Next month, we make a year. And I'm just, I was thinking about it. I was like, wow, like I can't believe how time just flew, honestly. We're setting up some amazing guests for next month for our 1-year anniversary. And then who knows what happens? Maybe we'll stop there. I know you guys love these lives. But we just don't know. It's been getting very busy. I can't wait to talk to our guests about that. So I know it's getting a little harder just finding, for myself even, just to find time to do these. But I love them. I started them for you guys as actors. So here we are. So yeah, we have a bunch of people here. Hi, everyone. We're going to bring in our guests now. I am so excited for this live. Honestly, I've been watching this amazing commercial talent agent for a few, throughout this whole pandemic. She's just amazing. She just pours out so much information, knowledge. She's incredible. Hi guys. Hi Isaiah. So let's bring her in and get right to it. Just to let you guys know before, we have a little question bubble. This is why we're here. This is why me and the guests are here, to answer any questions that you guys as actors may have. So take advantage of this. This is the time to get all of your questions. We will try to get through as many questions as we can. We do try to keep this to an hour. And whatever we can get in that 1 hour, getting to know our guests and just answering live Q&A. And I think it's so exciting to have this. So without further ado, we have the amazing Stephanie Burns, who's the head of the commercial department over at Avalon Artist Group. We're so excited because she is truly incredible. So let's bring Stephanie in. I'm so excited for this. Can't wait to see her face. Hello, beautiful.
Hey, Katt, how are you? Nice
What's
to finally
up?
meet you. We're meeting.
This virtual meet that we have going on now.
Yes. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
I can see you. You look beautiful. I can hear you, which is awesome. No technical difficulties.
Yay.
How you been?
Well, thanks for having me on. I love doing these. These are so fun for me, and love sharing information and knowledge and helping actors and, doing whatever I can to get people to the next level of their career.
I love it. And I'm so happy. You can hear me, right, Steph?
Uh-huh.
Okay, perfect. I'm so happy to see you. I've been watching you for a while, not like a creeper, but
You know what? I do the same thing.
Especially through this pandemic, I feel like all of us were had more time to be on social and try to use our platforms to bring information for actors, right? And I love what you're doing, your TikTok, your IG, all of you guys over there at Avalon are amazing.
Oh,
So
thank
kudos
you.
to you guys.
I started doing that in well, first when the pandemic started,
Yeah.
I was doing Instagram lives just to give actors what's going on and trying to communicate as much information as, so actors weren't just sitting in the dark at home wondering what's going on. I was
Right.
trying to relay information. And so I did that for a long time, and then we got busy again, so I couldn't do it. And yeah, so then I couldn't help, and then it got busy again. And then I was doing a workshop one night, and
Mhm.
I get the same questions, over and over and over again. I'm sure that
Yeah.
you do too.
Same.
It's just, and they're not bad questions, they're great questions. It's just
Hmm.
they're the same questions. And I thought, why don't I make that like a TikTok? Like, what if I did like these quick little, like, I'll write down all the questions everybody asks me
Yeah.
and then make it a TikTok. And, you know, it's funny because, yes, normally we get paid to answer these questions,
Yep.
but at the same time, some of these questions are just so, how do I get an agent? I mean,
Right.
it's like, why should somebody have to pay for me to answer that? I
Yeah.
mean, I should be able to tell an actor what they can do,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. It's like, some of the basic questions that like sometimes I feel like yes, it's great to get paid, but sometimes we don't do it for that, right? I mean, as a manager and agent, like
yeah,
obviously we love getting paid, but it's like
we're
we do
finding
so
talent.
much without that until we
Yeah,
get like
yeah.
a big
Yeah, usually when we do workshops, we go to find the talent,
right.
right? We're going to go watch the talent perform, and then
Mm-hmm.
they get that special 10 minutes at the end to ask us anything they want. And
Yeah.
so, and they're never going to run out of questions. There's always going to be questions. There's always going to be more. Mine
Yeah.
are just the basic, should I get new headshots? Just like
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I love that. I feel like, especially during the pandemic, I feel like a lot of agents and managers were more on social media because we just had obviously more time and just wanted to stay connected, right? That's why I started my IG. Like I was like, I still want to stay connected with actors, help as much as possible. And again, I think information's power, right? Stuff like
yeah,
for actors,
absolutely.
like knowing this stuff, it can be like night and day, honestly.
Yeah, I think the actors that tend to do the best are the ones that know the business side of it, not
Yep.
just the talent side of it. And
Yep.
it's funny because I took one of the things I learned in COVID was TikTok and how to make a TikTok and
Yeah.
learn that side of it, which is actually good for representing influencers. So I kind of know
Absolutely.
what they go through. And then
Hmm.
everybody started getting on Clubhouse a couple months ago, and
Were you on
everybody's
there, Steph?
I am on there, but everybody's got their group. Everybody's got their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
Yeah.
Snapchat. I gravitate towards Instagram and TikTok. Those are
TikTok.
my two sites where I feel like I could connect with people, be creative. Clubhouse, I should be on it. I know. I don't use it as much. I feel like it's one of those things where you jump in and out, but it's like I feel like I'm in a chat room, so it's kind of weird, and I can't see anybody's faces, and so I'm like, am I just I don't know. And then you have to like jump into a conversation, and I'm like, I like
Yeah,
these better.
it's like we're trying to evolve, right, with everything that's coming.
Yeah.
And for me, Clubhouse, especially when it started, I was on there a lot. I met a lot of talent and just other agents and managers. It was beautiful. But I feel now it's a little congested in there. And I haven't been on, especially because it's been so busy. It's like you are literally have to be on your phone and we use our phone for everything.
Yeah, exactly. And the only time I feel like I'm able to actually go on Clubhouse is like
Yeah.
11 o'clock at night.
Right.
And then I don't really feel like talking about the business. I'm just on it to be a voyeur.
Yeah. You just want to like not think about that
No,
at that
and then
time.
I'll join a room just to listen, and then they'll
Yeah.
try to make me become a speaker. And I'm like, no, I don't want to be a speaker. I just want to like, I'm just listening.
Yeah, once they see you're like a manager, agent, casting director, you're like automatically like invited to come on stage. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like I just want to listen. Like sometimes I just want to come in and just like listen to what everyone's saying. Like It's just a lot. But for everybody, especially now with Androids, whoever's on here, there is a lot of rooms that are great as well. Like they have a lot of information, a lot of casting directors, agents, managers on there. So it's highly recommend. But Steph, enough about that. Let's chat about you. We just got right to it. We were like,
Let's just go in.
let's chat about you, how you got into this whole industry. I know you were a child actor before, which is exciting. But how did this all come about and led you to where you are now?
I was working in, a desk job. I'm a former actress, so I was a union member 20 years ago, and before I was a SAG caring person. Decided it wasn't bringing me joy anymore. I had 5 agents die. Totally weird,
Wow.
all for different reasons. And it was the 5th agent that I had that I was like, I think I need to just jet for a little while.
Yeah.
So I got out of the business and did party planning and catering, and realized that this business kept pulling me back. And
Right.
so this was about 11 or 12 years ago. I, was just talking to a friend of mine, and they work in a casting. And I just started interning with commercial casting directors to kind of learn and see if maybe I might want that side of it and not the acting side of
Mhm.
it. I just had kids at the time. So being a mom, I was trying to look for something a little bit more stable,
Yeah.
and not the life of, not that actors can't have kids. I mean, God, amazing. It's doing it all, right?
Yeah.
For me personally, I needed something that had a little bit more stability,
Mhm.
coming from working in banquet sales. So I hate saying it, but I fell into it. I literally fell into it. And I was a junior agent first. Somebody hired me as a junior agent, and I did that for a year. And then another agent hired me to be the full agent to help create their commercial department. And so I took the knowledge from being a junior agent to growing a department. And
Mm.
then somebody made me an offer that, I just couldn't refuse. And I've been at Avalon now for 5 or 9. Oh my God, I've been there 9 years. 9 years.
Wow.
I've been at Avalon for 9 years now, and I created a voiceover department about 5 years ago. I do print, I do union, I do non-union, and I just I have about 300 clients, and they've been my family, and we've just been
Wow.
growing ever since.
Wow, that's incredible. Like you're coming up to your 10th year, Stephanie. That's crazy.
I know, I know. I've been in the business my whole life. Like I said, I did commercials when I was a little kid. So I know what it's like being on sets. I know what it's like to be in that world. And my kids are actors. My husband's an actor.
Wow.
I I do self tapes. I create the things. I submit the self tapes. So if anybody knows all the sides of the business, I am certainly someone who can empathize with everything that everyone goes through, from the casting side to the actor side to the agent side. Um, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
You're like, I'm here for it. I get it. And you said you did banquet sales?
I did. I was a banquet sales manager for a few different restaurants, but the last one, the most well known, was for Maggiano's. I did all the
Ooh.
private events at Maggiano's. There was a place called Twin Palms in Pasadena that was open years ago. I don't know if you're from here. Oh no, are you in Jersey
I'm
or
on
New
the
York?
East Coast.
You're East Coast,
Yes.
but there's a Maggiano's on the East Coast.
Yeah.
You guys have Maggiano's. Yeah, and I just,
Yeah.
it wasn't bringing me joy. And I'm a firm believer in do things that bring you joy and make you happy. And if you are not feeling happy and whatever you're doing isn't bringing you joy,
Mhm.
don't do it. Go do something else. Find something else. And what do they say? There's a career, there's a job, there's a hobby, and then a calling. And
Yes.
you got to differentiate which one you are. And are you in a job, career? Is it a hobby? You don't have to get paid. Or is it a calling? You have to do it. So this is my career.
I love it. I love it. I used to do hotel sales, like group sales management.
Yeah.
And we did banquets too because we had like meeting space. And same thing. I was like, I enjoy this, but I don't feel the passion behind it. Like
No.
it,
And I
it was
think for
something that I
me,
was good at.
Yeah.
but it
And
wasn't.
for you and me, it's both kind of the same because we're in sales, right? At the end of the day,
Yeah,
we used to
yeah,
sell that. Now we sell people.
exactly. It's like it was kind of like prepping us for this, and it's just like just changing a few things. Like instead of selling rooms, you're
Yeah.
selling people. You're selling
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah. Now we're on
Um,
the phone doing people instead.
yeah, pitching, cold calling, all that good stuff. That's so cool. I love it. How was the pandemic? Like, did that have a big change for Avalon and you and everyone on the team, or was kind of business as usual?
No, it was a huge, huge change. It was a obvious game changer. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a solid 3 months that was just dead air. And we all kind
Yeah.
of walked in circles a little bit and not really sure what to do. And then I think everyone gathered their thoughts after 3 months and started slowly testing the waters with
Mm-hmm.
shooting non-union um, things here and there in other states. That was another big thing for a while. They were only shooting in states that had fewer restrictions.
Yeah.
As long as you got COVID tested, you were willing to drive, um, all of these things. And then once the union opened up, then it just was off and running. But I actually had a lot of actors reevaluate their life at that
Yeah.
point, and a lot of people deciding if this is really what they want to do, because the pivot was all about self tapes and the ring lights and the good cameras and self-submitting to WeTransfer and Dropbox. And there's a lot of people that are like, I don't want to do that. That's just not
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
So, and then there's other people that are like, well, this is exciting. And they just
Yeah.
leaned into the pivot. So, it really, really changed. And
Mm-hmm.
it's so funny that we're doing this today of all days, because we finally got the rhythm down, and finally it's been busy. It's been just crazy. And
Yeah.
we're rocking and rolling. And today is when Casting Networks opened up the new site. And
Yes.
it is a good thing, but
Amazing.
it's going to be a bit of a challenge to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
was in there today and last night more. So it's different, right? It's definitely different.
yeah, I mean, it's going to take the agents and managers and casting a couple days to, I think, get our feet wet. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just there's a couple glitches already that I
Oh
noticed.
yeah.
There's already a couple things that I'm noticing that's going to have to change. And
Yeah.
and I think I love change personally, but most people
Same.
hate change, won't do change. I think we're going to lose a lot of people with this too. I think a lot of talent
Yeah.
agents might not want to do this and be like, I don't want to learn this, or managers or actors, or, it's going to change again. So, it's taking the time to learn how to use the site. The great thing about it is you're going to be able to upload self tapes, where it was all
Right.
just a mess before, and sending it to emails. That was, I think, the primary goal, which
Yeah.
should have been done a year ago. But and it's going
Who's
to be
counting,
great.
right?
Yeah, and I think what's really going to be great about also is the diversity now, where you're going to have so many more options, and it's not just
Yes.
cut and dry, male, female, black, white. It's like it's giving you a lot more great, things with that. So I'm excited for it. Don't
Me
get me wrong.
too.
I
I'm
just am a
excited.
little bit like, oh crap. Now we were just getting a rhythm down,
I
but
know. I
it's
know,
okay.
but I think it's nice also to have like one platform, like when clients were signing in, whether it's like casting networks, LA casting, San Francisco cast, like crazy. Like I'm glad that they like merged everything under one platform and they'll have like different tabs or whatever. I'm still learning that part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It's
casting networks and Casting Frontier are owned by the same people, but two
mm-hmm.
different things. So that merge is a necessary thing. But breakdowns is a whole different thing.
Oh yeah. That's a
Yeah.
whole that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But that's amazing. I am so excited today. I feel like everyone was like waiting for today for cast like the new casting networks and It's exciting. And how are you doing with like literally I'm sure it's been very busy for you guys because you have a lot of clients, but like how has it been getting back to like this new normal that it's kind of like we were just kind of adjusting to everything? Is it like extremely busy for you right now?
Well,
Crazy?
I mean, just to give you an idea, I'm just looking at like breakdowns right this second next to me. And just since this morning or 3 hours ago, yeah, it's like a full page.
Insane.
And I'm like, how are these casting directors? I mean, we're all still learning how to use this site. So I'm hoping that these breakdowns aren't due. But you know how normally they're like due in an hour and you're like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
I hope that I hope all these casting directors give us till the end of the day at least to figure this out, because even just changing the photo, you know what else I just realized that I'm like, ugh.
What happened?
So next to everyone's name on your LA casting profile, I don't know if you do this, but I
Mhm.
have a personal permanent tagline that I add to all my clients. That's just a
Yeah.
quick pitch, you know, their biggest credits, their biggest things, whatever.
Mhm.
It's not there anymore. So I think I have to either write them all in again.
Oh,
I
that
mean,
sucks.
I know I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, oh crap, do I have to do that again? I mean, it's fine. And you know, the good news is maybe they all needed to be updated anyway with more recent credits. And you know, maybe it's a good time to do a clean out, make sure age ranges are, you know, correct. And, you know, all their recent credits are up to date. But that
Yeah.
was just one thing I noticed. And I was like, oh no.
I know. There's
You know
just
what the
so
other thing,
much,
you
right?
know what the
Like
other
it's
thing
just
I noticed is that when you try to do a submission and it's a non-union job, it either lets you click on non-union
mhm.
or SAG eligible and core, but you can't click on all three. So does that mean I have to do non-union and look for my talent and submit and then go back and do SAG E and core and submit? Because that's going to be annoying. So
Wow.
that's one thing I would just ask them right away.
Right
Oh
away,
my God, this
yeah.
guy just said age range is 5 to 99.
Hey Eric. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Yeah, it's just like literally there's already been glitches. There's gonna be like these little things that we were so used to doing
Yeah,
and hopefully, it's just easier, more user
yeah.
friendly.
I think the actors are going to like it at the end of the day. I really do, because I think
Yeah.
before, one of the biggest pivots that we all hated, including
Hmm.
me, was getting the self tapes, figuring out the format, and then getting
Yes.
it from point A to point B, because everybody was shooting it on their phone, but they couldn't get it from their phone to their computer. They were
Yeah.
sending it to me from the phone, but the file was too big. Then once they
Right.
got it to the computer, then sending it via WeTransfer or Dropbox or like all these different ways and different email addresses. And then the actor would always go, "Did they get it? Did they get it?" And I'd be like, "Well,
Hmm.
let me ask the casting director." And they'd be like, "Stop doing that. If we don't get it, we'll let you know." But they always would get a download receipt.
Yeah.
And then for a while, actors were not getting that their self tapes were downloaded. So finally one day I asked the casting director, I'm like, are you able to still view these self tapes if the actor doesn't get a red receipt?
Hmm.
And they said yes. And this was two different casting directors. So
Yeah.
apparently, I mean, every time I send a self tape, I get a red receipt. I
See?
don't know. I mean, who knows? I
I
mean,
know, and I think that was a big topic in Clubhouse too, because there was like a bunch of casting directors, and they said the same thing. They said that there's like this button that they can click that it doesn't send the person that they've downloaded it. So a lot of
right.
actors were kind of freaking out, and reps too. They were like, "Hey, did they get it? Did they download it? Like, what's going on?" And they were saying that there is like a feature that they can avoid that and that they
Good.
are checking
Yes.
it. And I'm like,
Yes.
good. Like, thank you for
Yes.
giving me some like peace of mind because that's stressful.
Totally. And you know, it's funny because being on the agent side of it, there's nothing more annoying than somebody going, "Did you get it? Did they get
Yeah.
it?" Yes, I'll let you know if I didn't get it. But as an actor and my daughter, if I submit a self tape and they don't respond,
Right.
yeah, you do kind of wonder, did you get it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I
And I
get it.
think
I get it.
a lot of I don't know if you noticed this as well, Steph, and we'll get into the questions. Just to remind everyone, there is a question bubble because I know a lot of people came after. There's a question bubble, guys. You can ask Stephanie all the questions you can.
Anything you want.
She's here until, we're going to wrap this up hopefully by 6, but feel free to take advantage. There's a few questions in there. But what I was saying, what I've been seeing with my clients is that need for feedback, right? Because they're not going into the rooms, and it's kind of like you're kind of just like submitting and just waiting, and I feel like during this pandemic I've been hearing more and more of my clients say, hey, did you get any feedback? Hey, did you hear anything? And what is that something that you've also experienced on your side?
Yeah. So with film, do you do film and TV as well, or do you do? Okay.
Yeah.
So for film and TV, I'm not in that department, but like I said, we have that department. Yeah. Yes. Feedback is very common because they have time and you have lines, and with commercials, the turnaround is so fast. Yeah. And usually it's a line or a look or a personality. So you're going to never, ever get feedback on commercial auditions. If you do, if a casting director were to ever call me to give me feedback, it's going to be one of two things. Either they were the most amazing person they've ever seen in their entire life, or, oh my God, what was going on with this person today? Because what happened. So you don't need feedback for commercials, and you kind of don't want feedback from commercials. You just know that getting the audition, they already love you and they already know you. Getting the callback means you nailed it. So now the avail and the booking is strictly on the ad agency, the production company, the director. The casting director just did their job. They presented what they need to present. Yeah. They totally can have say in it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes the last moment that they'll ask the casting director, what do you think? Or the director. I had a job recently, and I'm so bummed about it. And this is another thing I'll talk about, jobs you don't get later, is we did get feedback on this girl, and it was for a Progressive commercial. And they're my favorite commercials, by the way. The Are You Acting Like Your Parents? Yeah. And she was on a veil. The director just loves her and wanted her in it. But at the end of the day, she didn't get it for a specific reason from the ad agency that was completely out of her control and out of the director's control. Right. And if she didn't know the director personally enough for him to reach out to her, she would not have known that. Right. She would have been like, what did I do wrong? What was I not good? Blah, blah, blah. It literally had absolutely zero to do with her. It was the ad agency and a quote that they had to meet. And it's completely not anything she could have done differently. But feedback, answering your question, no, you'll never get feedback on commercials, nor should you ask. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what I tell my clients. Like, the callback is the feedback, right? Like, yes. That is a win, right? Yes. And I think celebrating that and just, I think when I know self-tapes have been such an adjustment for all actors. Like, I honestly tell my clients, I'm so proud of you guys, for adjusting and evolving with this. And today I saw this, how the casting director Katt IG, they have myth debunkers or something like that. One was does the production of your production value of your self-tape matter? Right? And they said yes, right? Because it's that was something that was in those auditions. When you were going in, they had everything set up, ready to go. But now everyone has to do it themselves, right? You have to get that set up that looks nice and clean, or even just a basic plain background, right? It has to look good. I will say I have noticed my clients do. The ones that go out the most right now in the pandemic are the ones that have kind of the best setup. Yeah. I mean, I'm not telling people to go run out and spend a ton of money, but you can find a blank wall. And you can find the right light. Right. And you can find the right sound. without spending a ton of money.
Yeah.
And you know, it's about the lighting and the sound and a blank background if you're doing a self tape, because
Yes.
they're trying to make their the casting director wants all their tapes that they're submitting to look uniform. And so
Mm-hmm.
if we make their job easier, which by the way, I doubt it's going to go back anytime soon, because we now
Yeah.
made their job easier.
Same, same.
You
They're
know?
not going away anytime soon.
Yeah, no, but going back to that, callback is the win. Think about the callback as the
Yeah.
win, because here's another one too, is at the end of the day, like let's say you're a family in a pizza commercial of mom, dad, son, daughter. Now they loved you and you got the callback because you did an amazing job in the audition, but
Yeah.
they already booked the mom and the dad and they don't look anything like the kid. And
Mm-hmm.
so, you know, I mean, now they're starting to be a little bit more, you know, different with the kinds of families that they put together.
Yeah.
But it used to be like, you know, if you didn't look like mom and dad who they already booked, that, you know, so that had nothing to do with you.
Right. Right, right, right. It's just some things that you truly cannot control. Like
Right.
it
Yeah.
literally is like letting go, doing the best that you like, literally putting your best, not questioning it, saying like, this is my
Yep.
best.
Yep. Totally.
And whatever happens, happens. You know, if you book it, if you don't, you just move on to the next and that's it, right? We just
Yeah.
keep it going.
Well, and I
So
think that that's why people with the pivot decided, like, do they want to put the effort into the pivot or not? And the
yeah,
people that got the backdrop, got the ring light, you know, knew how to work WeTransfer and Dropbox and all that, they're the ones going out repeatedly. They're getting auditions a lot.
yeah, I love it. It's so true. All right, let's get to the questions.
Yes.
Guys, we have a few questions in here. Keep asking questions. We'll answer as many as we can.
Is anyone from Avalon here? Any Avalonians?
I love it. Avalon.
Oh my God, Nigel, I see you. I see
That's
you, Nigel.
so funny, Steph. I call my talents Arconians.
Oh my God, that's so funny. We're
so
Avalonians. Avalonians, like Apollonia.
Yes. Let's see. Okay. All right. So it says here from Zach, what advice do you have for someone looking to get started in agency work?
Ooh, I love that question. Great question. And first, let me just say, actors out there, intern at a talent agency, please. Hi, Nigel. Yes. Hi, Laura. There you are. There's Laura. Hi. There's my Avalonians.
I love it.
I believe all actors should intern at least once or twice at a talent agency. I would learn what we do all day. It is mind blowing. It's one of those, if I knew then what I know now, man,
Yes.
20 years ago, I would have had such a different mindset, direction, and goal. And I mean, just to sit and look at my roster and see how I submit, why I submit, what I submit, just to see how an office works, I would, hi, Randy, I would 100%, absolutely. And you can always ask your agent. You can say, and when we go back into the office, which, you know, we've still been working from home for a year and might go in maybe in the fall, hopefully.
Yeah.
I would 100% ask your agent if it's okay if you can intern for the day, answer their phones for the day. Wouldn't that be great to just answer phones for a day, just to kind of see what's going on in the world and see how your office works? I find that really, really important. Okay, now if you want to actually be, that was for my actors.
Yeah.
Now, if you actually really want to get into the talent agency world, since there's no school, you know, there's no degree in being a talent agent, you'll never learn it until you do it. Yeah. So my suggestion is to get on sites like Entertainment Careers, Indeed, LinkedIn. I don't know if Hot Jobs is still a thing, but Entertainment Careers, they post job listings for being an assistant. You know, internships, a lot of schools do internships, but a lot of talent agencies will we have internship programs as well. I would be an assistant, and you know, you only need to be an assistant honestly for like a year or two. I think that if you are somebody's assistant for a solid year and you give it everything you got, or 2 years, I think you have the capability to apply for a job as a talent agent. And always have a mentor. Have a mentor that knows what they're doing, who you can always ask questions to. And I think that's a great idea. Actors becoming talent agents are honestly, in my opinion, like actors becoming directors are the
Yeah.
best directors out there.
Yeah, it's just like you just learn the business side of it. And I think like what we were saying earlier, that's just it's so crucial for
Yeah.
just knowing, especially now. Like I think everything's so different. I pinned this question. So guys, I don't want to miss any questions. So if you can put it in the box, it'll be so much better. But I didn't want to miss this one because it was in the comments from
Hi,
Nigel.
Rachel. Hi, Barbara.
Hi guys. I love it. There's so many people here, Steph. How do you both see the industry adapting moving forward?
I think it's going to be self tapes. I think it's going to be a lot of self tapes.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to be not as many in-person auditions. They might go back in here and there. I went to Silver Lane last week to go say hello, and it was very quiet. There was one or two people in line waiting, one person inside. It's very, very minimal if you do get called in, and you do get the option of self-taping. So it's go in or self-tape, whatever you prefer. There's only one casting director in Los Angeles that must be in person and will cancel you if you self-tape. Otherwise, everybody's getting the opportunity to self-tape or go in person. And then for you guys for New York, are you guys going back inside?
So what we've been seeing are a few of them coming back, not a big number. I'm going to say in this last 3 weeks, maybe like one a week so far. Most of it has been self-taped. So I see it slowly coming back, but I feel just like, and as well, like a lot of our clients are still kind of hesitant to go back, which, you know, I've asked casting directors, hey, like, can they send the self-tape? And they're so open to it. So I think, I don't think self-tapes are going away anytime soon. I think it's here to stay. Yeah. And maybe some in-person auditions here and there, but
and then in terms of you know, everybody before you had to get COVID tested a couple days before the shoot.
Yeah.
But now and this was like yesterday, you didn't have to take a COVID test yesterday for a job. You had to show your proof of vaccination card. Right. So I'm wondering if that's going to go away, as like you can either take a COVID test or show your vaccination card. Maybe you'll get a choice of one or the other type of a thing. Yeah. But otherwise, I see the industry. It's doing a lot of non-union. It's doing a lot of real people casting, and the real people casting has only gotten worse. I don't see that going away unless the ad agency realizes that real people are not very good actors. It's a lot of non-union. It's a lot of real people, and it's a lot of celebrity, not endorsements, but celebrities playing the main role of the commercial. Right. And then we're getting all the, you know, the other parts of talking to the celebrity. So I hope that changes. I don't know if it will, but it would be great if it did.
Have you been seeing as well a lot of family couples like, is that all it is thing over there?
That was all it is for a while. I mean, it's getting out of it now, but during COVID, only my couples went out, only my families went out, my parents went out, roommates living together, best friends. Yeah. And it was all photos that they took and added to their casting network's profile. And they would send me pictures that I would email casting, but I found that casting would pick the photos that were already posted on casting networks. Yeah. That were good pictures, not selfies, but like good pictures. That's all it was in COVID. So I felt bad for people that were like, you know, living alone, right, and ready to work and wanting to work. And especially if they were union. So if they were union and living alone and were in quarantine and couldn't be with anybody, you really couldn't audition because it was all people that were in the same bubble.
Yeah. Yeah. And that I can't believe, like, that's so frustrating. Have you been seeing, for the commercials, I think it's just so, for commercials, has it been more like, obviously it's been more self-tapes, but in regards to now, like everything picking back up, are you seeing kind of less of that now or still going strong?
Of real people or of self-tapes?
Like quarantining together.
Oh, no, not as much anymore. Nope. Yeah. I haven't actually, it's been really less and less this past, I don't know, 3 weeks.
Same.
And it's been great. I know,
Which is
Laura.
good, right?
I know. And you are not alone, girl. There are so many. And it was so frustrating because every breakdown that I would say, must be roommates, must be families, must be living together in quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really frustrating for a lot of people. And I, and then I'd start to say to people, okay, I know you are single or by yourself, but are you willing, is there anybody in your quarantine bubble? And so that's where people would start to go, oh, well, wait a minute. I do have 2 friends. They're actresses. We're in a quarantine bubble. Let me get you a pic. See, the word is hustle. If they said to me,
right,
look, I do have 3 friends. We are in quarantine together. We're all single, but we're all ready to work. They would take a picture, add it to LA Casting, and boom, they were going out. So it's all about the what do I do? What can I do? How can I help? It's like, I get it. I get it. I
really
know.
get it. We feel you guys, but it is changing. It's adapting. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see this one. From Joseph. What is the best way to make your representation request stand out in a sea of emails agents get?
I personally would open an email if it was recommended by someone that I know.
Like a referral?
Yeah. If it was a referral from a manager, I'll open it. If it is a referral from an actor that I represent and trust, a referral from a casting director, a referral from a commercial director, I will absolutely take a look. It's very hard for me to just blind call someone in unless I really need your type at that moment. So the timing has got to be impeccable at that time, but you're not going to know that, right? So do it every couple months, send it every couple months. Make the submission as easy as possible with your headshot, resume, reel attached, quick little sentence, not a paragraph. If it's a long paragraph, I can't even read it.
Too much.
I'm just going to look at your photo first and see if I need your type and then read your email.
Yeah. No, same. I go to the headshot first. I say short and sweet, short, like literally. When I see a paragraph, I'm just like, nope, this is not happening. I'm sorry.
Well,
like,
not only that, but that also goes for any email. I mean, the way that I look at it with my emails is the longer the email, the longer the response time. I'm going to answer it, but it might take me a little bit more time to really break down your email. And this is not for new representation. This is just somebody that sends me like a paragraph email. If you send me a quick, like, hey, I just got a dog. Do you need a photo of me and my dog? Yes or no? I will write you back within 10 minutes.
So true. Keep it short. What did they say? Somebody called us that short, sweet, and sexy. Like, just put it out there.
And put your headshot in the body of your email. Don't make me open it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's see here. This is about self-tape. Francis, I'm loving self-tape commercial auditions. Do you see them going back to in-person? Oh, we kind of talked about this one already.
Yeah, it's going to be both. Self-tapes are not ending anytime soon. They're probably going to give you the option for a long time.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we answered that. What are some things an actor can do to make your job easier, Stephanie?
God, what could you do to make my job easier? Always say yes. Always say yes. Always say yes. If I ask you for anything, always say yes. Yes, and right.
I love that.
Always have your headshots ready. Give me a bunch of options, which Rachel, you totally do. You give me those options. Be networking, be taking classes, create content, build your following on social media. I love people telling me when they're friends with different casting directors and things like that. And I love making connections. So that makes my job easier. The most thing that makes my job easiest is just saying yes when you get an audition. And I love it when people respond with on it. That is my favorite thing.
Yes.
I am like, yes. And you know what? It's those people, and I'll be honest with you, it's those people that when the big ones hit and the big ones come in, and I'm debating about like, oh, should I pitch this person or this person because they're very similar? But I'm going to go for the ones that have been I'll, we got each other's back. Like if if you're constantly canceling or passing or asking for a time
Yes.
frame, or you can't make the audition for some reason and I'm scrambling, I feel like in that sense that then if there's a big one that comes up, I'm going to keep it to my tight 10 that are reliable, talented and reliable.
Mm-hmm. Golden. Communication too, right?
Yep.
That like for me is like my biggest, like, I don't believe in over communicating because I feel like every piece of thing for me as a manager, I think because we have more of that time and our rosters are a little smaller, we're more like one-on-one. I'm like, tell me everything, like obviously not everything, but with your acting, like let me know when you're going away, like when are you going to be available, like it's just people don't know how important that is for reps.
Yeah, and I'm a really, really stickler on not communicating via the worksheet. I don't like that. I don't want that. If you confirm it, great. Confirm it. We don't even need to talk. Just confirm it. I see the green checks. We all can move on with our life. If you request a time change or cancel it on the worksheet and don't even talk to me about it, it almost gives me anxiety.
Yeah, same.
Because now what you've just done by putting a time frame or an X, you just gave me a panic moment of fixing it. Now, here's a disclaimer. If you get an audition and you booked out, just remind me that you booked out and I'll handle it. I'll exit. I'll make a note. I'll do everything. But if you didn't book out, you get an audition, you ask for a frame or cancel, I really have a problem with that. And I might be weird for some people, but for me, I need you to tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't want somebody to just write, sorry, I don't have a bike. Because you want to know what? I had a girl that had an audition where she's an expert roller skater, right?
Yeah.
She emails me and she's like, I'm freaking out. I'm an amazing roller skater, but I don't have roller skates. You know what I freaking did? I gave her my roller skates. I said, girl, I'm going to put my roller skates on my front porch. You come get them, use my roller skates, and let's do this. And then just bring them back. What size are you? 8.5? Great, let's go. Listen, I don't want reasons to say no. I want reasons to say yes, because I'm in sales at the end of the day. I work off of sales. So if you are giving me reasons for no, I'm going to find a way to change your mind, or I don't want to do this.
It's not good for business, right?
No. And that's why you need to intern at a talent agency to see what we do and see how this works, and see how we make our money and what drives us.
Yeah. I love the teamwork aspect of you, Steph. Like, you're like, I got you. Like, we're going to make this happen. That's what it is. It's really like collaborating, partnering up, and like being a good team together.
Yeah. I had a guy yesterday that had a self-tape and had the worst camera, worst lighting, worst sound. And I'm like, let's try to find somebody. Let's find a friend. Let's find, I mean, now given that's more work for me, and given I don't want that to happen, but I'm willing to do it because I want everybody to succeed.
We all want to win.
We all want to win. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, I want you to be successful so I can get paid.
Right. It's that's the honest truth. Actors need to experience a commission-based only job. Yes. Or it's like honestly, it's like a serving job. Think of it as a serving job where you make like minimum wage plus tips. The minimum wage, you never really counted, right? As a server, you counted on that $100, 200, 300, whatever people make these days in tips. When I was a server 20 years ago, it was like, you made that $100 a night, 150 a night, and it was a good night, but you didn't live off of the minimum wage. You lived off of the tips. So as an agent, we don't live off of our salary, and most of us don't even make a salary. Most agents are commission only and managers. As an agent, I make a bare minimum salary, but you can't live off of that. You have to live off of the commission that from the actor's booking, and it's just like tips off of being a server or a bartender. Exactly. So this question is based on what you mentioned before. If you're single but have a guy friend who's down to audition as a couple, how has that been received? Does that come across as hustle or deceptive? Oh, that's a
I
good.
think it's amazing and awesome, and I love it, and I'm a fan of it. You want to know
Yeah.
why? Because the end of the day, what casting is looking for is chemistry. Do you know each other? They don't have to pair you, right? They'd
Yeah.
actually prefer two actors than a real husband or wife that has no idea what
Mm-hmm.
they're doing. You're not
Mm-hmm.
being deceptive if you are really awesome friends and you do have great chemistry
Yeah.
and you take an awesome picture together and you look like a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Do you
Do
know how
it.
many families I have put together that have booked huge jobs and couples and my husband had a fake like wife for a while because first of all, I don't want to audition. I can't audition. And so my husband has to have like a woman that, you know, can audition with him. But if they have great chemistry and they work well off of each other and they're, you know, they show like that they love each other
Yeah.
and it's believable, then that is key. So it is not deceptive, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, from coming from working in the casting side of it, it was all about pairing people. When I
Mm-hmm.
used to work the door at an audition, it was my job to put the couples together before they did real couples. So I had to look for people in the waiting room and go,
Yeah.
okay, you and you, you and you, you and you. So
Mm-hmm.
really all that's happening is you're doing it yourself. And
Right.
then you're going to add the photo to LA casting. And then you're going to tell your agent, here's my real couple. Now, are you going to tell your agent if it's a real couple or not? I don't care. And I don't know. And I don't need to know. Why don't you just say that here's a picture of my wife and I?
Yeah.
How would I know? How
We
is
wouldn't.
casting going to know? What are they going to do? Check your marriage license? No. What are they going to do? Check and see your kid's birth certificate?
No.
No. Just
No.
do it right and do it well. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
make us look bad.
Right.
You know, now listen, I have had breakdowns where it's very rare where they have said, in this case, we really do need it to be a real couple because they're going to be kissing in the spot or
Right.
it's going to be a really intimate moment. I get that, you know. But you know, if it's a commercial for Snickers or Cheerios, it's like, and I've got my best friend down the street who's a guy and he's an actor and my husband doesn't want to do any of this. Why wouldn't I take a picture with my best friend actor down the street?
Yeah.
It just makes more sense to me. But I know a lot of talent agents that are really against it. I don't know if they're booking.
We just gotta do what we gotta do sometimes, right? I'm all about finding solutions, and I think that's what we do, right?
Again, you and me, we're in sales. We're yes people. Don't give
Yes.
me a no. Find me a yes.
Yes. We're gonna make it work somehow, some way. But I love that you said you have to do it right. Like it has to make sense, right? Because then it comes off as,
Yeah, don't just throw two people together.
yeah, it has
Be
to.
like, do we really look like we could play a couple?
Yeah. Yeah. Ask the people around you too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Would you consider someone who's not currently living in your market, considering self-tapes are not going away? How do you feel about that?
I'm sorry. Okay, sorry, Natalia. I was
Mic
mic
drop.
dropping with you. Sorry. Would you consider someone who's not currently okay? So pre-pandemic, no, because commercials are boom, boom, boom. You have to live in LA. You get the breakdown comes out. You go into the audition, call back, shoot, boom, you're done. So no. COVID pandemic. Guess what? You can live anywhere you want because you now can self-tape, but you have to be willing to fly to LA on your own buck to shoot it because I have to tell them that you're an LA local. They're not going to pay to fly you out.
Yep.
Now that we're kind of slowly going back into in person again a little bit, you can still try to get commercial rep in California, but you got to be willing to fly out and stay with somebody and pay for it on your own dime. I'm not going to look at talent though, really commercially out of California though.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense commercially.
Yeah. And then a lot of our clients have said, like, if it pays this, then it makes sense. Because like you said, like they have to cover their flight and their accommodations and whatever.
Right.
But
they'll say like, Yeah, but I mean, they'll say like, I'll come out for a national network, but that's not going to, I mean, yeah, you could get 50, 150,000 for it, but we don't know that because we don't know
Right,
if,
exactly.
if it's going to air and you made the cut. So
Right.
yeah, I kind of
It's
feel
like a
like you do.
gamble. It's a
Yeah, I feel like you
gamble.
kind of do need to be in LA to do, or New York.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I think, but like we've had the surroundings like PA, Baltimore, even like it's a 4 hour drive. So it really depends. I think every casting is different as well, right? Like every breakdown, sometimes they have notations like that, like must be this, whatever. Um, but we try to make it work. But same here. I feel like for us, we do look for. We have been open to accepting like people in Chicago, Atlanta, like other of the I guess outer markets.
Hmm.
But not like more local for sure.
Yeah. Now, theatrically speaking, that's totally different because
Yeah,
our Craig who owns our theatrical department has people all over the
same. Yeah.
country.
Mhm.
A lot of actors that do national tours live everywhere. And so
Mhm.
for film and TV, it's all self tapes. So, film and TV speaking, yes, you can live anywhere and get an agent anywhere. Commercially speaking, I would stick to the area that you live. And there might be, agents in commercials, like the Southeast has its own market. And, Texas has its own, New Orleans, it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. So Steph, it's almost 6, which is insane. I can't believe how fast this went. How
oh.
many more questions do you want to take? I know I want to be respectful of your time.
No, I'm actually totally fine because I just have to spend the rest of my day figuring out how to use the new casting network.
Same. Same. All
So
right.
I'm totally fine.
If you want to do like a lightning round.
Yeah, lightning round.
All right, let's do this. Okay.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yeah. Oh, this is sweet. Yes, I love having you as my agent. Thanks,
Oh,
Ebony. That's
Randy. And
sweet.
Randy just booked a Pepsi commercial that he
Yay!
just shot and it just started airing. So very proud of you,
Congrats.
Randy.
I
Randy's
love
working.
it. Okay, let's see. Congrats. Okay, this is a basic one. How can I get an email? How can I get an agent manager to represent me? What's the process?
Oh, submit your headshot resume reel to your 10 agents that you feel need your type or is looking for your type. Do your research.
Yeah.
Don't just blindly submit. Do your research. And headshot resume reel. Put your headshot in the body of the email, resume, and acting reel.
Love it. Love it. And look at their website, right? Because sometimes they're more specific. So look at the websites and find out what their submission process.
Mm-hmm.
The majority are definitely that. This was a fun. How do you handle 300 talents? We respect you 100 times even more.
It's funny. 300 is my magic number. That's the number that I have. That's my family of 300. I know their names, their families, where they are, if they have dogs. It's just my
You're
magic
incredible.
number. One year I tried to rep 400 and I added like 100 people and I started to forget people's names and they'd come into my office and I'd be like, oh my God, I don't remember this person's name. And that's when I was like, I can't do that. I can't be like that. These people are human and not just a photo. And I subtracted the 100 and 300 was my perfect number. So every year I might lose 10, gain 10 for whatever reason, but it's a pretty tight 300.
I love that, Steph. Respect to you.
When do y'all sleep? Never, Nigel. Never.
What is a weekend now? Like
oh my God. Well, you know what's great about this last weekend is now with COVID, there's breakdowns all day, every day now, right? There's no more boundaries in COVID. They just make us submit all day, every day that we can't even shut it off anymore. We're on the weekends now.
Yeah, I got an audition like after midnight the other day. I was like,
well, no, what I was going to say was like, so it's all day, every day, all night, 1 a.m, whatever it is. On the weekends now, I check it on a Saturday or a Sunday just to make sure an audition doesn't get missed. Yeah. Oh my God, this weekend was so amazing because they had to shut down to make the new site. Yes. And so I just by force of habit, I went to log into LA Casting and I couldn't. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. They are forcing me to take a day off.
Yeah, I think like honestly, and my husband is like like when have we gone away for a weekend? Because I'm always like, I need to like be on my phone. Like it's intense, guys. It is intense. It's
Yes.
become a blur the whole week. I'm like, what day is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I do notice our most busiest days though are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Same. Yeah.
Those are when I feel the most overwhelmed.
Right.
Mondays is kind of a slow build. Fridays that we're all kind of checking out. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is when I'm the most like I'm spinning in circles.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Does it matter if you have management that is based on a different coast than you are based? Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so. As
No.
long as, see, the thing with managers is going to be connections, right? They're going to be the ones
Right.
helping you connect the dots. So
Mm-hmm.
if your manager knows a lot of people in the other coast,
Yeah.
why not? I mean, if
Especially
you have,
agents, right?
yeah, like I have a lot of people that have managers in Atlanta that are helping them with the Atlanta market, but they know everyone in the LA because they started in LA,
Right.
built their networking skills, then moved to Atlanta and represent a lot of people. So just make sure that your manager who doesn't live in LA or New York knows people in LA and New York.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Love it, love it. Let's see here. Well, we kind of answered this. Would you sign clients from New York to work in LA?
We have a New York office.
You do, yeah. You
Yeah,
have New York and LA.
And Atlanta.
And Atlanta.
And
right?
Atlanta, yeah. So we do, if somebody wanted rep in New York, that would go through our New York office,
Right.
which we do have clients that are interchangeable, that are in LA for pilot season and then like New York for episodic season that we represent across the board. But generally speaking, for commercials, I have my roster and they have their roster.
Right.
Now, if you move to New York or LA, we will absolutely take meetings, but it's not a guarantee. If they fell in love with you, that I'll fall in love with you or vice versa, but we usually do.
Aw, that's so sweet. I love that. All right, let's see here. How do you not re-sign clients? I guess
When
like
do you know? Okay, so
not?
like dropping a client, when
Yeah.
do you not resign them? So it's gonna be one of those things where if I've been with you for years and years and years and you never book, that I'm a little bit questionable. Then I won't re-sign you if you pass on every audition you get, turn it down, ask for frames. You make my life miserable. You make my life difficult. You don't make me any money. I'm just like, I don't have any interest in that.
Yeah, what's the point?
I mean, I do re-sign people that don't book because I believe in people, but God, I feel like we really, for Avalon, we really do re-sign people that we rep. It's very rare that we don't re-sign people. It's very rare. You'd have to really do something like really bad.
Yeah.
Or, we re-sign. I mean, we believe in people. So this year you might not have done well, but next year, maybe you'll have an amazing year,
Right. Right. It's so true. We really can't go based off last year, right?
No. And so, here's the other thing. I don't believe in giving somebody only 6 months. I think you should always give somebody a year. Give a manager or an agent a year. Give them a year to see what they can do, what you can do, how you work as a team. And after a year, if it's not working out, then try something different. But when people leave after 6 months, I feel like that's leaving halfway through a chess game.
Yeah.
You just never know. It could totally end so differently.
Right. Right. So Franny asks, what is your favorite thank you gift till this day from your clients?
Oh my God. Oh my God. I recently got a pair of slippers that I love that she crocheted, handmade stuff. She crocheted. I got a coffee mug once that said like a boss. I like personalized things that you took the time and the effort to know. Like he got me a Fleetwood Mac thing that I love because I'm obsessed with Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks, and
I love it.
Yeah, so if you get to know me and you want to say thank you, that you appreciate the effort that I've been putting, I personally am more interested in, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a good Starbucks gift card, and I love an In-N-Out gift card. Oh, you guys don't have In-N-Out, but we have In-N-Out.
It's
You know,
delicious.
yes, and you know, we get so much food. We used to get so much food in the office. Um, but I would say something homemade or something handmade, or something that you know personally is something that you know I love. Like one guy painted me a picture of the Goonies, looking at a map. And that is my all-time favorite movie of all
Wow.
time. And he gave me a Goonies painting. And I was like, that is so cool that you like
That's
took the
so
time.
special.
That's really
That's so
special.
special.
And I feel like that's a connection that we're making together as a team. And then guess what? Now I'm gonna go find something that you like,
Yeah.
because it's a
Yeah.
relationship. We're a team.
Yeah. It's the
Which, by the way, you
thought.
don't have to
Like,
give people gifts. You don't have to do that.
yeah. Do you find, have your clients ever asked you about giving gifts to casting directors?
Yes, and I think that's a great idea, and I do it myself. Every Christmas, we used to give casting directors gifts as thank yous.
Mhm.
We do mugs, we've done pens, we've done bottles of wine. One year, we did a whole gift basket of a movie theater theme where we gave them popcorn, Coca-Cola, different candy,
So
and did a whole movie
cute.
basket. So yeah, I would make a budget every year to set aside. And it doesn't have to be at the holidays. It could be in July. It could be whenever. I'm right now, personally, myself as an agent, I'm taking casting directors out to lunch, and I'm meeting them for coffee. And yes, I'm buying. I'm
Of
not
course.
doing it for them to pick my people, but it sure doesn't hurt, does it? And I'm really trying to make connections and friendships, actually. And because I feel like the more people you really know on a personal level,
Yeah,
they're gonna call in more of your people.
for
And
sure.
the casting directors call in the same people over and over and over again because they know them and they can
Yeah.
trust them and they can count on them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like old reliable. So I am
Mm-hmm.
a huge fan. I'm not saying to spend thousands of dollars, like
No.
just a little something. Like I said, a coffee is totally great.
Yeah.
And by the way, pick 5, pick 10, pick 5 casting directors that you
Yeah.
think would be the best for you, and target them and find them on social media and say, can I take you to coffee? Can I take you to lunch? Do you mind? Because we're not right now in offices, so you can't swing
Right.
by their office right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably not going to give you their mailing address, but they're going to give you their office address and stop by the office once a week. So if you want to send them a little card or something,
Yeah.
thank yous go a long way, you guys. They really do. Every time you get an audition, I have somebody that gives a thank you every time they get an audition or a
Mm-hmm.
booking. Thank
Mm-hmm.
people for bookings.
Just be grateful.
Be
Yeah.
grateful and
Be
thankful.
grateful. That
Yeah.
helps. Let's see here.
But you don't have to. Don't feel obligated. I
Yeah.
still love people anyway.
Right.
And
It's
I don't need
like
things. I don't need things. I don't need anything. I just need you to say yes. That is my gift. You say yes to an audition, you book the job. That is your gift.
yes, yes. How can I become part of the union if I need to be in the union to book union commercials?
You don't need to be in the union to book union commercials. I'm going to tell
Mm-hmm.
you that right now. And I personally wouldn't just join the union to join the union. I would join it when you are required to.
Like a must join.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, because you could still do non-union jobs right now. In the film and TV world, I do know you do tend to need to be more union, but in the commercial world, it's really a lot of non-union, good paying non-union too.
Yeah, yeah. Have you, obviously you said this earlier, what do you think is the main cause of more non-union jobs?
I think a lot of it is the freedom with the platforms
Yeah.
to and the edits to have the freedom to just do what they want. And I know that was a big part of why the upfront bundle and the flex bundle, they were trying to do that. But remember, guys, that $15,000 upfront bundle. That you get for commercials for I can't remember. It's like 1 year unlimited use, I think is what it is. I'm sorry, I don't remember
Mm-hmm.
off the top of my head, but that's not guaranteed. That is if it airs and if you make the edit. The upfront is misleading because it is not paid up front. That $15,000 is not given to you after you shoot it. That $15,000 is given to you when it airs and you're in it, just like residuals.
Yeah.
And that was a big moment of realization because everyone heard the word up front, flex, bundle, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It is not paid up front. And I can guarantee tell you that from experience.
I love that. I love it. It's a gem. I see a question. How intertwined are the commercial and theatrical film and TV? How intertwined are them?
What do you mean by that? Like commercials are a springboard to do film and TV, but now film and TV actors are doing commercials.
Yeah.
So if that helps you.
Yeah. Would you say it's easier for especially new actors to get into commercial first?
Yes, absolutely.
And then transition over to TV film.
Yeah, that's how you get your feet wet. That's how we always learned is you do commercials first. Nobody wants to be a commercial actor. Like I'm self-aware. Nobody wants to do that for a living. You know, people are like, oh, commercials are so dumb. I'm like, I know. I'm aware. Commercials are so dumb. It's the money that you make to do the things that you want to do later, to be able to shoot the films that you want to shoot. These stupid commercials. Like I have a guy, not even an actor, who plays the bagpipes. And I had to find a guy who played the bagpipes for a Geico commercial, not an actor. There $60,000 has already been made in 3 months or 4 months. And he is like, what is happening? And I'm like, right? It is stupid money. It is dumb, stupid, amazing money to do the things that you want to do so you can quit your serving bartending job. So you can shoot those films that are SAG ultra low budget. I just don't understand people that don't want to do commercials. If you're on a show, yeah, I get that. But if you're not on a show, commercials are going to also be where you meet the directors that are going to soon be the TV directors. That's so many directors of commercials become TV and film directors. So why not build those relationships?
100% agree. Oh gosh, that was amazing stuff. All right, let's see here.
Yes. Make money off of the commercials, make a career in TV and film. Yes.
I like that. How many personal text calls, emails is typical per month from reps to actors?
Okay, so I personally, and you can tell your answer, but for me, I actually don't have that option. I separate the two, and that's because I rep 300 people.
Right. That's insane. Yeah, that would be insane.
Yeah, so I only have a business phone number that is only available during business hours. You can email me around the clock, and if it's urgent, I'll respond to it nights and weekends. But if I gave out my cell phone number, my husband would leave me. My children, seriously, my children would, now listen, I get it. I have had moments where, yes, I've had to use my cell for moments in the car if it's urgent, if it's $100,000 job that we're on the line and it's a Saturday night at 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, I'm going to grab the call and make it work. But if somebody were to text me on a Saturday at 9 in the morning and ask me if I looked at their headshots, oh my God, no, I am not. I'm sorry. I love you. You're amazing, but I'm not looking at your headshots at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday or my kids won't speak to me.
Seriously. I mean, for me, it's totally different because we have a small roster. So on the manager side,
can you imagine 300 people? Like, so no, and managers, I get it. You guys like have under 50 people. So yeah, you can say, hey, and you're a manager, you're managing their career. You're talking them through things. I'm not doing that. I'm not talking people through things. I mean, I do, but I try to not do it all day, every day, or I'd lose my mind.
Right. And I think that's where like the manager agent relationship is so crucial. Cause like we want to make agents' life easier just so that the actors have their package together and they're just ready to work, right? Like they're just ready to go.
Yes. So I'm the one that's going to go like this, and I'm going to do the contracts, the negotiations, and the closing. And you're the liaison that's going to help us with all the other stuff.
Exactly.
So I think that actors don't really know the difference between the two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really eye-opening, honestly. Let's see here. We have a few more stuff. Let's get through these. Francis, would you both advise your talent to create pitch decks on top of their clips and reels?
How big is it? Like, do you mean just like, yeah, I mean, I guess you could package up something. I mean, you could. I mean, I'm more of just a fan of headshot, resume, reel, and a quick little paragraph referral from somebody.
Yeah,
But a pitch deck is really, in my opinion, that's more for film and TV.
same. Yeah,
Yeah, not really for
agree.
commercial.
I agree. Let's see here. So Tara, hi Tara. I am a local LA and also New Mexico resident part-time. Is there anything you are looking to fill or willing to take on? New Mexico, do you look at that or more LA?
Just LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Local. Is there anything you're looking for or looking to fill? Yes, actually, I am. I am looking for anyone that plays over the age of 50, any type, any ethnicity, any sex, whatever, over 50. And if you are SAG eligible, non-union, or core, that have experience, that are not just starting out. Really looking for that. I'm also looking for transgender of all ages. Definitely, if anyone knows anyone, please reach out and let me know. What else am I looking for? I am looking for, oh, I know, I'm looking for anyone that speaks fluent Spanish and English with a neutral Spanish accent. Primarily when we say neutral in LA, it's more Mexico Spanish.
Yeah.
That kind of is what we look for when they say neutral.
Mm-hmm.
And then no accent when you're speaking English. And that's all age ranges, all sex types, all anything, everywhere. Spanish and English is a huge, huge thing here. So I'm always looking for fluent Spanish and English. And no accent when speaking English. Because then they sit on my roster if you have an accent.
Right, right. And
But that's what I'm
I've
looking
been
for.
seeing that a lot of
Yeah.
that, like the bilingual Spanish fluent speaking. That's
Yeah, if
hot
you
right
have an
now,
accent,
guys.
if you have an accent when speaking English, it's very rare that I see a breakdown where they will bring you in. Very rare.
Yeah, yeah, so true. Come on, Eric. I know Eric is in LA as well. Shoot your shot.
Yo hablo un poquito español.
Un poquito. Should actors also find their own work outside of their agent? Would that be a conflict?
Oh, okay, so film and TV, I personally say go for it, go to town, tell me about it. Commercials, no. You're not going to get the good ones. You're going to get all the red flag ones that they post to the public. And the red flag ones are the ones that pay really crappy and have really crappy usage. So I would not suggest submitting on commercials on your own.
Yeah.
Film and TV, yes. Would you agree?
I agree 100%. Yeah. I think that's just like the smart way to do it.
If you do see a breakdown for a commercial that you are perfect for, and I don't just mean a male, all ethnicities dad type. I mean, you shoot fire out of your nose. Mm-hmm. Then email me and go, hey, I just saw a breakdown where you need to shoot fire out of your nose, and I'm a dragon. Then I would totally be like, oh my God, thank you. I saw it. I'm on it. I'm doing it. Right. But otherwise, don't send me like, hey, can you submit me on this? If it's really vague.
Right. Yeah. It has to be specific skills that, okay, let's see here.
That I might have forgotten.
Yeah, we kind of answered that. You do not take clients out of LA, right, Steph?
Commercially, it's really hard. We do have a New York office. Yeah. That you should submit to.
Yeah. Perfect. Someone said hashtag I'm a dragon.
I'm a drag. I'm a snake. I'm a snake. I'm a snake.
I love it. Do you pay attention to IMDb scores at all?
Oh, interesting. You know, those scores go up and down like a teenager's mood. I mean, it is just like they, and it's really just based on the algorithm of how many times that people are clicking on that
Your
person's
profile.
page. So
Mm-hmm.
like 2 weeks ago, you can be like 200,000, and then this week you're 100,000. It's like, so I do kind of look at your score, but I also have amazing commercial actors that book all the time, and their score is like 1 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you're looking for more film and TV, maybe they look at the score. Commercially, though, I mean, the scores are worse than the crypto.
That's so true. I was thinking of that. That's a good one,
Totally.
Chris.
Yeah, it's like, and I'm the same as an agent. Like, if you look me up on IMDb, some years I have a great rating, and then some years I don't. I don't know
Me
why.
too. Me
Yeah, I
too.
don't do anything. There's nothing different, and so I don't think. I mean, are actors looking? Here's a question to throw back at you: Are you looking at agent scores? Do you care?
Yes. Are you guys?
I don't know.
My best score was like when I was on Clubhouse, because obviously people were looking, like we were on stage and I was like in the 30,000. I was like, oh wow.
You're
But
like,
then
okay,
it just disappeared, and I was like, all right, I don't really care.
yeah, yeah. I
We're
don't
all about the
know.
work, right? Like I'd rather let my work talk.
Yeah, you know what I do? You know what does matter when I go on
Client
IMDb?
roster.
The first thing I do is scroll your credits.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at your score actually. I looked at your credits.
Yes. Who you worked with, you know.
Uh-huh. Oh, I got some good advice real quick to share with people. On
Please
your
do.
resume, you know how everybody writes for commercials, commercial conflicts upon request?
Yeah.
Don't do that anymore. I have a great idea. This is what I think everybody should start doing. And this was not from me. I got this from Ross Lacey, who is a commercial casting director in
I
Los
love
Angeles,
Ross.
and one of the top ones. He said, why don't you guys start writing? Don't name the product, right? Because you don't want to name if you did McDonald's, because Burger King won't hire you, even if you did it 2 years ago.
Right.
Don't name the product, but make 3 spaces for the casting, not the casting director, the commercial director that you worked with. That's a big part. They want to see names of commercial directors, production companies that you've worked with, and ad agencies that you've worked with. That to them is
Ooh.
way more interesting than whether or not you shot a Pine Sol commercial. They want to know who shot that commercial. So who directed that commercial? And they go, oh, I know that director, or, oh, I'm dying to work with this director or this production company. Oh, yes, I'm going to call this person, and that's going to make me look good, So start putting that on your resume, instead of commercial conflicts upon request. Just don't name the products.
I love that.
Not fun.
That's
It's a fun new way to,
incredible.
yeah, it's a fun new way to make your resume
That's
shine
a
and
gem
stand
right
out.
there. That's a big gem.
Yeah.
All right, couple more and we're gonna wrap it up. There are a lot of breakdowns looking for hosting. Are there any specifics you look for prior to pitching
Um,
your talent?
yeah. Well, first of all, a hosting reel. Do you have a hosting reel? That
Yeah.
is key. And also, what kind of hosting? Is it like red carpet question hosting, or is it like spokesperson talking to the camera for a pharmaceutical company, or AT&T, a phone company?
Teleprompter or something like that.
Teleprompter, ear prompter. Being able to read a teleprompter quickly. And from ears. For me, my hosting, I get a lot of non-union hosting jobs. I very rarely do I get union hosting jobs.
Yeah.
The last couple that I've booked paid over 100,000, but they were non-union, and they had hosting reels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So specifics that I look for is your hosting reel, and what kind of a host are you?
Yeah. Somebody just asked, how long do you like reels to be? What's your
Well,
preference, Steph?
I only watch the first 10 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to capture them in those first 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not a film and television agent.
Mm-hmm.
They would say 2 to 3 minutes, and they will watch the whole thing. I'm a commercial agent. I work very quickly. I watch the first 10 seconds to see what you do. If you either make me laugh, make me cry, make me think, whatever it is, make me
Right.
impressed. After 10 seconds, I kind of have my answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
That's why don't spend the first 10 seconds with a montage
Yeah, no.
or
No.
your name or your
Mm.
agency. Cut right into it. There's nothing
Yes.
better than a reel where you start out, like, let's say you're really into physical comedy. Make your first 10 seconds a really funny scene where you
Yeah.
do something physical or deadpan, office style. You know, show me in the first 10 seconds what your specialty is.
Yeah. Get right to it.
Get right
Right
to
to the
it.
action. And then you can add the whole headshot, contact info, blah, blah, blah. We know who we're looking at, honestly. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Okay, so Chicago, with Chicago getting so busy, will they accept non-local actors? Have you been? Yeah, I
Not
don't
that
know.
I know of. No. Our sister company BMG has a Chicago office, but they would handle everything in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Love you,
Yeah.
Nigel.
Aw. All right, let me
He's such
just
a good
double check
person.
we didn't miss anything. I think we got them all. Hold on. Oh, we had so many questions. Yes, we're all wrapped up. Yay,
Oh,
Steph.
did we do
Um,
it? Did we do it?
You were amazing. My last question, I always end off all my lives with some motivational words from our guests, for our actors that are watching. We had so many people in here. Incredible. Thank you guys for watching and asking all these questions. But what would be some words of motivation, Steph, that you want to share with the actors on here or anyone that bumps into our video?
I would say, if I can give any advice to anyone out there in any realm of the entertainment industry, don't ever burn bridges, because you never know when you're going to run into people again in a different setting. And have a mentor, somebody that you can um, bounce ideas off of, who is, find a mentor that is living the life that you want, and have them show you the way. Are the two best pieces of advice I could have ever learned in the last 10 years of doing this. So don't burn bridges with anyone for any reason. Always have a mentor.
I love those. Steph, there was a question that popped up that I think is actually, I'm going to put it up real quick. Difference between LA and New York City commercially,
Oh, I have no idea. I don't do
right?
commercials in New York. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
That
okay.
that would be a question for you, I guess. I mean, or do you, I mean, LA and New York, I mean, I know everything about the LA market of commercials, but
Yeah.
I
And
have no idea about the New York market of commercials.
it's like, I know that I know the New York side. I feel like we would have to have, like, I guess you list off what the biggest things. For New York, I mean, we're seeing a lot of commercials same way. I don't, a lot of pharma commercials here.
I mean,
Um,
one thing we could do is we could do another one of these one time and just specifically make it like a versus, like LA versus New York. And it's
yes.
and we'll we'll have 10 questions ready to go. And it's just specific towards
I
what
love
is the
that.
difference between LA and New York in terms of boom, 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 and just knock out like 10 things.
I love that.
That'll be another one. We'll do another one.
We'll do a follow up.
We'll
Yeah,
do a
for
follow up.
sure. That was a good question, though. Um, Steph, you are incredible. I had so much fun just like sharing all these insights. You literally are inspiring. I love what you're doing, like I said earlier, with your TikToks and your IGs, and just like giving everyone the information that they need. Everyone is loving you. Look at all
Oh,
these
thank you.
amazing.
Well, please find me if you want on TikTok. I'm giving daily advice under
Yeah,
60 seconds on my TikToks, and it's commercial underscore agent underscore Steph on TikTok. And I'm giving advice, basic questions, and answering, just trying to help people for free.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And then you guys have, do you run the Avalon social media?
I do.
Nice.
And I know, I know. We used to have interns that ran it, but I started running it in the pandemic to keep us alive
Yeah.
and keep us relevant and
Mm-hmm.
keep us in everybody's world. And it is really time consuming,
Tell me
and I
about it.
shouldn't be doing it. But
But you're so great at it.
out of the goodness of my heart, for
God
free.
bless you.
I'm really trying to promote my actors in Avalon. So, oh, that's what I was going to say real quick before everybody
Yes,
goes.
please.
And I'm going to put this on TikTok too. I hope everybody is aware about doing shout outs and doing these positive things. If you ever see people just constantly bragging on social media about all these jobs that they're booking, just be aware how many jobs that they didn't book and how many jobs that really, really like blew the air out of their tires. They're not going to post those. Why would they post negative things? Why would they post the jobs they didn't get? They don't want to put that out there into the world, nor do they want to share how sad they are about this. I mean, some people might be that open, but most people don't want to share that. I certainly don't ever want to post negativity. So I only post positivity, and I only post when people book jobs. But I hope people know how many of those I post bookings, but I lose a lot of jobs on a daily basis that are so defeating.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to tell you about those, and I'm not going to post about them. So I hope people know that and be aware of that. When you see somebody just constantly bragging, they just don't want to tell you about the bad or the sad part.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I think it's just important for people's mental state, because this is a tough industry, right? And like Steph just said, like as reps, we get so many no's, right? But we just have to keep going for our clients. And we know that, you know, after a few no's, you know, we'll get a nice big yes. And that is, that's it, right? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, in the same week, I lost Progressive, Allstate, and like one other. It was like Progressive, Allstate, and something else that I had 3 avails that were like really, really big jobs.
Yeah.
And I lost them all at the same time. I mean, did I drink heavily that night? Yeah, I probably did.
A few wine,
but why would I post that? Why would I be like, lost all these jobs today?
Yeah.
These actors and I are totally crying.
Seriously, yeah. And I feel like that's what just social media is for. Like, you want to post your wins, right? And
yeah,
I think
I'm not going to post my losses.
Yeah, I think it's just healthy to know that you can't compare, right? Like that also, like, don't compare yourself to another actor, because their journey, you just never know. Like, they've probably been doing this for years or not. Like, it's just, everyone has their own journey. Trust your journey, trust the process, and I promise you guys, just keep going. That I tell you,
give up. Or
yes, and
don't
keep
give
going.
up unless you are not having fun. Then
Exactly.
totally do something else, but that's not giving up. That's just doing something different.
You're just adjusting. Yeah, you just. Yeah. But like, if this is for you, you know, like this is your passion, you feel alive, like do it unafraid. Do it.
Find out again whether or not this is your passion, what is it? Your hobby, your passion, your hobby, your career. Job, or your career.
Yes. I love that. So I love that. All right, Steph, I don't want to keep you for any longer. Thank you so much. Like,
thank you, everyone.
Had such a blast. Thank you so much for coming on. You are so amazing. I can't say that enough. And we got to do another one, right?
Yeah. We'll do another one. And thank you, everyone, for listening also. And Avalon, my folks at Avalon, I love you guys and I support you guys. And I see all of you and I hear all of you. And I miss all of your faces. So we're doing coffees one-on-one soon, okay? Love you guys. All right.
Love you, Steph.
Bye. Love you.
Take care. All right, guys. All right, let's wrap this up. Guys, thank you so much. Stephanie was incredible, right? Can we give her some hearts? She was truly, truly amazing. I love you guys. We're coming into our 1 year of doing this IG series. Literally 1 year and probably 2 weeks that we've been just at this every week, trying to bring an amazing agent like Stephanie and so many others, and other managers, other casting directors. It's been such an incredible journey. And honestly, I can sit here and say, I hope everyone has gotten so much out of it. If you guys haven't seen all the lives that we've done. For this series, we're coming on to our 50th IG live. That to me is insane. So that just means 50 guests altogether. Thank you so much for like being in this journey with us. Every live, we just had more and more people join, more and more guests reaching out saying, hey, let's go live. I love what you're doing. I love the actors that are there asking questions. You guys have been truly the best. I truly thank God for all of you that have tuned in. And even if you didn't tune in, you watched after. It's just been such an incredible journey, guys. So next month we make a year, and I'm trying to get some of the best guests to like commemorate that 1 year. Are you still taking new actor submissions? I love your ideas as a manager. I always looking, guys. I am always. Sean! Mwah! My buddy Sean. I always love when he joins. But yeah, I'm trying to gather our next few guests for next month. And then who knows what happens. Maybe we will stop the IG live series. We don't know. It's just been getting so busy. I mean, I love you, Sean. Sean can attest how busy it's been in these last, couple months. Like everything is coming back. It's exciting. It's kind of something that we've been hoping for after this whole pandemic. So it is getting a little harder to secure these guests because I understand how busy it is, and same here on my end. But like I said, it's been like a year, like incredible. I never thought, like when I started this IG live series, it was like, I'm doing it for a month of June. And then it turned into an every month thing and every week. And like, it's incredible. I want to thank all the guests that have been on live for believing in us since our first IG lives. And it's just been incredible. So I do want to thank you guys. I love you guys. Stephanie Burns was amazing. Please follow her. Follow her on TikTok. Follow her Avalon Artists group page. They are always posting some amazing things. Her TikTok is literally, I watch it all the time religiously. All her videos have been so informative for actors. Yes, my IG live anniversary. I love that, Gray. Shout out to Gray. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. I keep thinking you're talking about me. Oh, hey, another Stephanie. All right, guys. Love you guys so much. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for asking questions. Thank you for making this such an amazing live with Stephanie. It truly was amazing. Thank you for all the questions. I love you guys. Have an amazing week. Enjoy the new platform, that casting director. I gotta call my buddy Sean soon, because they've been having the platform since before this. So I know I have a lot of questions. But God bless each and every one of you guys. It's here. Work is here. Opportunities are there. Just be prepared. Keep joining these lives. Keep asking questions. Keep working on your craft. Keep training, coaching. Do everything you can to be ready for when that opportunity comes. Please do me that favor. Love you guys and have an amazing week. Kill this week, guys. Kill it. And may it just be full of blessings and bookings and anything that your heart desires. Mwah! I love you guys so much. See you guys soon.